The Fox News Decision Desk can now project that former President Donald Trump will win Virginia's Republican primary, Alabama, Tennessee, there you go,
North Carolina,
Oklahoma, Minnesota,
the state of Texas, the state of Maine, the state of Arkansas. Yet another state on the big board for Donald Trump this evening.
President Biden will lose to Jason Palmer, a self-described entrepreneur and investor. He is going to win the American Samoa Democratic Caucus. This marks President Biden's first loss in the 2024 primaries. Palmer takes 4 delegates. President Biden takes 2. We saw uncommitted with more than 100,000 votes in Michigan. I don't even know who Jason Palmer is.
It was a historic, overwhelming victory. President Trump swept 14 to 15 states on a Super Tuesday that has left political pundits absolutely speechless. We're going to see the latest on the delicate math. It's going to blow your mind and what it all means for the future of the GOP and for a brand new politics emerging for the 21st century. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in.
Tuesday for a reason. This is a big one.
It was a Super Tuesday unlike anything we've ever seen in American politics. Donald Trump dominated election contests all across the nation in unprecedented blowouts, garnering anywhere from 60% of the vote in Massachusetts to as high as nearly 85% in Alabama. Among the 14 states that Trump won yesterday, he swept every county county in 8 of those 14 states. Trump won every single county in more than half of the states up for grabs yesterday. When the dust cleared from that unprecedented bombardment, Trump had amassed over 1,000 delegates. He only needs just 1,200 to win the nomination. He should have that officially wrapped up by next week. He amassed over 1,000 delegates. By comparison, Nikki Haley was left with just 88. 88 poor, pathetic delegates. Just think how much money was wasted for each one of those delegates. Each one cost upwards of $1 million at least. Rich Barra said it perfectly. Think of the amount of St. Jude's kids who could have been helped with those hundreds of millions of dollars never-Trumper donors wasted on these failed campaigns of DeSantis and Haley. I mean, seriously, just think about the utter waste of mass millions. It's no wonder that Haley is finally, after much humiliation, finally dropping out. The election interference that was the Nikki Haley campaign has mercifully come to an end. I have to say, I've never seen a politician so obviously in it for the money than Nikki Haley. And the fact that she kept trying to pass off her money laundering operation of a campaign as some virtuous crusade will go down in history as one of the most painfully cringeworthy shams in modern politics. Haley and the never-Trumper wing of the party will not even remotely be missed for a second, she in particular. Haley is the embodiment of our corrupt, decrepit establishment. She is a living symbol of everything wrong with our politics. As I said, she will not be missed. As for going forward, even the pundits at CNN were left shell-shocked by yesterday's results.
The percentage of it has actually jumped up even more. It's 88% of the delegates, so you're looking at the percentage. Donald Trump cannot mathematically clinch tonight, but he can get within 100 or so. Of what he needs, and he can do that next week. And so what you have here is, he has remade the party in his image. There are still some Republicans who are trying to take it away, like take it back. Right? That's over. That's over. There's no back. That party doesn't exist anymore. Right. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Look at the House of Representatives. Look at what's happening in the United States Senate. Mitch McConnell stepping aside. And some of the more governing conservatives trying to keep their power even just within the Senate Republican conference. This is a new Republican Party. And so you have a very formidable Republican frontrunner who has remade the party in his image. And I know a lot of people at home are asking, well, wait a minute. We all saw January 6th. Wait a minute. Innocent till proven guilty, but there's all these cases. He has convinced them he won the last election. Never mind anything that happened since then. A majority of these voters are going to the polls in most of these states still saying that Donald Trump should be president. Yeah. And so this is his party. And again, sometimes I think stop talking. Just look. This is his party.
This is Trump's party. I mean, you heard it yourself. This is the new MAGA-based GOP, the grand old Patriot Party. And the very fact that it's taken the legacy media this long to finally admit that obviously means that we need to talk about how to find relevant and trustworthy news, especially in our current climate when honest reporting is just so rare. And that's why I'm so excited about today's sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that takes the chore of digging through multiple sources on a topic, and it does it for you so you can compare coverage. It's so neat because they provide additional context on each publication, like where on the political spectrum they skew, how credible the reporting is, and even who funds the source. I mean, check it out. Take, for example, this article on a non-citizen being appointed to San Francisco's election commission. When I use Ground News, I can see that exactly 21 articles have covered this story. Now, interestingly, you'll note the left-wing media completely ignores it. 100% of the sources are right-leaning. So you can actually see for yourself how if an event doesn't fit their left-wing narrative, the left-wing media will completely ignore it. That's one of Ground News' best features. They reveal the blind spots so you could share that data with your friends who have yet to get red-pilled. I love this resource, and you will too. There's never been a more important time to be aware of the extreme bias in our media outlets. Click on that link below right now or go to ground.news/Dr. Steve to check it out. Head over right now to subscribe through my link for as little as $5 a month and get 30% off unlimited access to the Vantage subscription. When you subscribe, you not only support me, you're also supporting an independent platform trying to make the news more transparent. Click on that link below right now. The new GOP, the new Trumpian Republican Party, is the party of what scholars call civilizational populism. This is the new politics of the 21st century. Now, we've been seeing this new politics with the massive and growing farmers' revolt all throughout Europe of late, where farmers are rising up against the tyrannical green initiatives that are being imposed on them by their left-wing governments. What's so key to understanding this new politics is how populism recalibrates, it literally realigns political animosity. So populism is not defined so much by a horizontal animosity, such as left versus right, or Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative. Populism redefines the political animosity vertically between the people versus the political class, the ruled versus the ruler, the ordinary American versus the oligarch, which is precisely the kind of revolt we would expect against these globalist dynamics instituted by an aristocratic elite. But what makes the current populist revolt so unique is that it increasingly sees this ruling globalist elite as a clear and present danger to our national sovereignty, our economy, and our culture. What's largely animating politics today is something scholars call post-security politics. And post-security politics describes the kind of political reactions that happen when the three basic securities that are supposed to be guaranteed by the nation state, border security, economic security, and cultural security, begin to erode under the pressures of globalization. So globalization, of course, has eroded border security through mass immigration. Globalization's eroded economic security with something called a global division of labor, and that's where manufacturing and factory jobs are shipped out to third world nations, all the while capital and finance are relocated to urban centers, leaving rural populations highly unemployed. And globalization's eroded cultural security by recasting our nation's culture, customs, and traditions as now bigoted, racist, and all kinds of phobic, along with the radical demographic changes that are happening through globalism's propensity towards open borders. Globalism hates borders. And so these post-security concerns form a self-enforcing loop. Border insecurity feeds into economic insecurity, which feeds into cultural insecurity, which in turn is fed by border insecurity. So the three concerns over those securities that we used to rely on with the nation-state project are forging a massive backlash in the form of civilizational populism, where the people are rising up against a ruling elite that they see as a clear and present danger, a clear and present threat to our national economic and cultural security. This is the new politics of the 21st century. This is the politics of President Trump. And this is now officially the politics of the new Trumpian GOP. Hey gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized, but you, literally thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.